You know, life doesn't break you in one moment. It does it slowly, quietly. One disappointment here, one rejection there. Until one day you look around and realize you don't even recognize yourself anymore. That night, I was sitting in my small apartment, a single bulb flickering on the ceiling, unpaid bills on the table, my phone full of messages I didn't have the courage to open. I leaned back in my chair and whispered, maybe I'm just not meant for this. And at that moment, silence was louder than any sound I'd ever heard. I wasn't born into wealth. I wasn't born into comfort. I came from a place where dreams were treated like luxuries. People didn't talk about ambition, they talked about survival. But I had something burning inside me, a voice that kept saying, "You're made for more." And so I worked hard, day and night. I believed that if I gave my best, the world would eventually notice. But you know what's cruel? Sometimes even your best isn't enough, at least not yet. Weeks turned into months. My plans failed. My savings vanished. And one by one, the people who promised to stay slowly disappeared. It's funny how quiet your phone gets when you have nothing left to offer. That night, I sat on the floor, back against the wall, and I cried. Not because I was weak, but because I was exhausted. Exhausted from pretending everything was fine. And then something small happened. My phone buzzed. It was a message from my mom. Just 3 words. I believe you. Not I believe in you. She said, I believe you. That hit me different because it meant she believed my pain, my effort, my story, even when no one else did. That message changed everything. I stood up, turned off the lights, took a cold shower, looked at myself in the mirror, and said, if I can fall this hard, I can rise even harder. That night, I opened my old notebook, the same notebook I had thrown away months ago, and I started again. I didn't have money, I didn't have support, but I had faith. One tiny step, one small idea, and then another. That's how comebacks are built, quietly, when no one's watching. I started waking up early again, working long nights again. People laughed, said, "You're wasting your time." But I kept going because I had learned something powerful. The world only sees your success, but you have to survive the story behind it. And slowly, life started shifting. My ideas began to work. One opportunity turned into another, and the same people who once doubted me started asking for advice. But here's the truth, my friend. Success didn't feel like revenge. It felt like peace. Because when you finally come out of your darkest night, you realize you were never fighting the world, you were fighting your own fear. And the moment you defeat that, you win everything. That night, the night I almost gave up, it was actually the night I was reborn. Not in a dramatic way, not in a movie way, but in a real, quiet, human way. Because pain has a purpose, and sometimes losing everything is the only way to find yourself. So if you're watching this right now and you feel like you've hit the end, I want you to know something. You haven't failed. You're just in your almost gave up night. And trust me, after that night, everything changes. Hold on. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning.